Hey guys, today we're going to make a DIY cinema light box. Everybody's been using this lately, so I wanted to create one since it's kind of like a DIY channel, but we're going to make a DIY cinema light box and it's really cool, and I didn't see anybody make it with the materials that I have yet on YouTube, but there might be one. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel down below. Hit the bell icon for notifications on my channel. And if you have any recommendations for any videos I should do, comment them down below. And if anyone wants to do a collab with me, just comment down below again. Let's get started. What you'll need for this project is a shoebox. I'm going to use one of those square ones that you put boots in and other larger shoes. A thin piece of cardboard or thick, but I'm just using this because it's white. Some paper. I'm going to use this old calendar from 2018, so we don't need it anymore. Elmer's glue, or any type of glue really, or hot glue would work too. Pencil and a plastic sheet, some letters of any type. So I'm going to use printouts or maybe trace it on each sheet of paper, or you can use plastic sheets, put stickers on those, or trace words. It's really up to you how you want to use it. And then I'm going to use a light. It could be any type of light. It could be string lights. It could be any sort. I have this light. You press it, it glows, but I'm going to make it sturdier. So I'm going to use this light. First, you have to line up the cardboard box on the piece of paper and trace it with your pencil or pen or your writing utensil. Now you will need to cut out your rectangle. Most of the light boxes you will see black or white, so I wanted to cover it white, but you can leave it as it is, but I just wanted it to be white and match with everything else. As soon as you see it match up perfectly, you will take the glue and put the glue on the bad side or the colorful side and glue it to the bottom of the shoebox. You might want to use hot glue also to glue it onto the bottom. Next, you will need to trace out all the sides on the piece of paper. As you can see, I'm cutting out the sides. Now I'm gluing the paper sides to the cardboard sides that are still empty and covering them with the white paper that we just cut out. I now have all the sides covered on the shoebox. Next, you will need to draw a circle on the bottom of your shoebox with your writing utensil. Now, you have to be careful to make a hole with a blade knife, and if you are children making this, make sure you have an adult with you. I am doing this because I have experience with using this, but make sure you have a parent with you. And have a placemat, but this is elevated so you don't need one, and make sure to make it like a door and leave 2 tick marks at the end to indicate not to cut there. As you can see, I stopped at the little tick mark that indicates for me to stop so I can make a flap so I can open it anytime I want to. Remember to always keep your fingers away from the blade knife. Now I'm taking the flap and folding it over so it forms a door and testing the light to see if it fits on there, and it does, but I'm not going to put it there, hot glue it there, because I'm going to let it sit on the bottom. I'm erasing all of the pencil marks that we don't need to make it more cleaner. So what I did is I used my envelope that I had. I cut it to like about the size of this box, and now I'm going to measure this and just make a frame. As you can see, this is like going to fall in if I like put that all by myself. So I'm going to make a frame, plus it will look cleaner. Sorry if this is not perfect. But I'm just like measuring to get the general idea of what I want. And I'm not going to add the side holes, I'm just going to glue them over because the side holes are going to like make it more messier. I'm using the blade knife to cut the frame around the lines that are traced. Caution! Children, always have an adult with you when you're using a blade knife, and make sure adult does it for you. And I'm doing this because I have experience with it, and make sure you do it over a placemat. I'm doing it over this piece of paper. Notice that I'm using multiple different papers as a placemat for the blade knife. Next, glue your plastic sheet to your frame on the colorful side or the bad side, and do not glue the opening, and make sure you use hot glue so it's more stable. Make sure you glue to the bad side or the side that you don't want showing. If it doesn't fit, don't worry, because we will cover up the holes that your plastic sheet doesn't cover. Make sure to take a blank piece of white paper, not a scrap piece, and put it in the plastic sheet. I tested it out to see if it was working the way I wanted it to, so it did, but I'm sorry you can't see it because I was kind of blocking the camera. So it was making a glow, a really cool glow that was supposed to be happening, and it turned out really well. If you still have some pencil marks from the tracing, you can erase all of them to make it look cleaner. Now I'm going to make slots for the letters to fit. I am making 3 slots and spacing them out as shown in the video. I took a ruler and I measured out 4 centimeters between each slot / line. I then cut off all the rough edges from the cardstock. I then measured out the slots to be 2 centimeters wide. I then cut it to the length of the inside part of the frame on the sheet, to the length of that. I cut 2 more of the same slots. I then put some glue on the back, the colorful side, the bad side as you might call it, and glued it to the paper on inside the plastic sheet, and I measured out 4 centimeters in between them. You might want to draw the lines on the bad side of the cardstock paper so that the lines don't show. You don't have to follow my words exactly. You can be creative and make up your own way to make a DIY cinema light box. Flip over your project and cut out some pieces of cardstock to cover up the holes, like I am doing, and glue them on there with hot glue or Elmer's glue, and make sure the glue is on the white side. Next, it's time to hot glue the board. I am hot gluing the frame to the shoebox, and make sure you don't glue the opening. And if you do, the letters won't go in. So make sure again not to glue the opening. You can choose to trim the edges if there are extras on the side, like I have here on the plastic sheet for the plastic sheet. So I might trim them, or I might hot glue them over the edge. I left an opening here, so make sure you left an opening there and did not hot glue the opening. I'm going to print out some letters and show you later. I'm going over the frame with black acrylic paint so it isn't messy and it looks cleaner and it contrasts better. Now I'm going to cut out all the letters that I printed and try them out in the box. So this is my finished product. Once you're done, assemble your words or phrases and turn on your light and put it in the box. And it glows, and you can assemble them any way you want. So, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.